Hey guys, and welcome to this video, and this is going to be featuring a showcase of a friend of mine's DeathWing army. And probably the most part of the focus of the video, really, other than the photographs, is how to make a 2,000 point army in a cost efficient and time efficient method as you can. And that was the sort of the remit that my friend had when making this army. So the big driving factor behind this army was an imminent arrival of a small child. One of the big things that probably many hobbyists come across at their certain times in life is a lifestyle change. And one of the big things that was obviously happening to my friend here, as I just mentioned, is he was going to become a father. But in order to keep current and keep available with his hobby that he knows and loves for many, many years, he set himself a target of building an army really cheap and that wasn't going to take him very long to make. And it got stored in one small box, and the result is what you're seeing on the screen at the moment. So the total cost of the army was around £120, which is pretty good for 2,000 points in this day and age. Comprises of 2 boxes of DeathWing Terminators, 5 squads of DeathWing Terminators from the Dark Vengeance, which were recovered from eBay, 2 second-hand Dreadnoughts, a Metal Librarian, and plenty of cleaning up and recovery of second-hand goods. And the total build was just around 3 months. The painting was done in batches and started with a white prime, followed by Seraphim Sepia, which was watered down to about 20% water, and then was painted on rather than just slopped on as many washes are, and that stopped it puddling and pooling all over the model. Well, that was done in a single batch, all 31 models, with that Seraphim Sepia watered down to by 20%. That kept the whole pot consistent so that every model looked exactly the same. Once that was fully dry, it was thin edge highlighted with Ushabti Bone, and then following on with a edge of Screaming Skull. And that was the armour. Very simple, very effective, and very consistent as well, which was one of the big parts of completing this project. The details were kept fairly simple as well, so starting with either Mecharite Red, Caliban Green, Adeptus Grey or Lead Belcher, all washed with Agrax Earthshade and then highlighted up by just one stage. And that kept, again, a consistent feel and enough to make the army look cohesive, exactly as you're seeing on the screen. The basing was also simple and effective as well, using Games Workshop's textured paint. That was applied with 2 coats to give that extra depth of texture, followed by a Blackfire Earth and a wash and a dry brush, and then basing grass and clumps were later added once it was all dry to give that final finish. You can see the way that the components have been used quite cleverly and sparingly here. So the Dark Vengeance ones, which are pretty boring and pretty neutral, but adding those 2 boxes of DeathWing Terminators with all the extras and all the gubbins and weapons and bits and pieces that those kits come with, he was able to sort of liberally apply those parts around the models while still being able to maintain a decent command squad that sticks out and looks really effective from the rest. And then sort of adding extra character parts on the sergeants and so on. So a really good, really simple, effective use of minor kit bashing to an extent, but making sure that the army does look like a DeathWing army and not just blobs of Terminators that you're painting in bone. So there we go, that's how the project was done, timed, completed and costed. I'll just let the rest of the pictures play out for you and I'll catch you up at the end of the video. So there we go, that wraps up this video showcase and highlighting how you can actually do a cost-effective, time-effective 40k army for around about 2,000 points in a sensible time frame. I'd like to hear from you guys if you've ever had a project or a lifestyle change that's had to amend your typical hobby approach. Let me know in the comments below this video, and until then I shall catch you on the next video.